Okay, well, I guess start telling us what we're doing.
We're making Belgian table beer with some modifications because Brewery Lane didn't have one. So I have a Belgian Saison yeast, which is gonna be fun, bubbly, bright. That's some spice. And then what else we're gonna have? We're gonna add orange peel because I want a table beer that has a lot of flavor, but I don't want to add too much malt to make it super like
Malty?
yeah. And then we have 3 different hops. We have Mosaic. What other ones do we have?
I'm not sure.
Mosaic.
Because you couldn't get the ones that...
I couldn't get the ones that I wanted.
Right.
So I think Mosaic, Galaxy, and I have a replacement for the Idaho hop that we needed. So it's going to be super citrusy, hopefully more of a drier hop, which I'm excited for. And then we got 3 different types of malts. We got Vienna, I couldn't get the wheat flakes, so I got oat, and I couldn't get pale malt, so I got Canadian Tour, which I'm not too happy about, but...
And it may not be all Brewery Lane's fault because the weather's been
not.
really bad and we can't get anything here.
I'm
So
not trashing Brewery Lane.
because we live on an island. And
Do
it's,
not come for me, Brewery Lane. Do not. So I'm creating the mash. We're going to use 12 and a half cups of water because we're doing a 75-minute boil. We do 1 gallon batches, which is small, but we have a tiny apartment, so I don't want to do anything else. So we do a 60-minute mash, 12 and a half cups, and then we sparge with 17 and a quarter cups of water, and then we boil for 75 minutes. We did this before and it turned out really good. The flavors were really nice, and we had more than enough to really fill up our little fermenter, which I gotta go get. I'll show you. It's the cutest little thing in the world. But yeah, so I'm just creating the mash there now. I used to have like a filter on our tap, which was really good. But now we've just been using a mix between our Brita filter and our tap water. This is only our, what, 4th brew?
yes.
Our 4th one. So it's not the greatest. We're learning. We're not scientists or pros of any sorts. But everything is clean. I sand it, we wash things. I make Chris wash it twice.
I think I only washed it once this time.
What?
I think.
But I sanitize everything too. So I went to get a hat, but this is our BB fermenter. She's cute or whatever. We got a sanitizer. We got a scrub brush because like up around here there gets like some gross janky stuff. I'm out of breath. I just ran up the stairs.
It's New Year's Day.
It is New Year's Day. So we gotta sanitize that. Also, back to tap water and purification. The tap water here is like really, really, really good. So it's not gonna like hurt if we don't purify everything. Anyway, we're gonna blanch these, just orange peels, which is gonna add a little citrusiness, a nice little kick, and it'll play well with the hops that we're using because we're using Mosaic, which is known for being like a plethora of flavors, hence Mosaic. I know, I'm so smart. And Galaxy, which is also more of like a drier hop, which adds nice like citrusy and bitterness. Thinking about using it for our bittering hop, but we'll see. Anyway, we're waiting for the water to heat up. This is what we're going off of. Like I said, we substituted nugget in Idaho. And we are looking for, it says mash in at 150.
You're the brewmaster.
So I'm not sure. We also just changed the conversions to all of this. We know how to get like the initial gravity and final gravity and how to like calculate it to percentage and ABV, but I'm not really into that yet. I'm still trying to just make things taste good. And so it says the mash for 45. I'm thinking 60 because we want some of those sugars to really release, and then boil for 75. But I don't know. Maybe I'll go read some stuff. What do you think?
I just come up with the names and playlists for the beer, really.
Really cute. Okay, we'll see if it works. But this is our previous one that we came up with. This was our Mosaic Belgian wit. Turned out really good. And we did a 60-minute boil here. But I don't know if we want as many sugars to release in a table beer. I don't know. Obviously, I didn't do my research. But we sparged. I sparged with a lot of water. And then our boil, which is a 75-minute one. So instead, we'll add our bittering hop, which is our nugget substitute. Then Galaxy, and then the Idaho. So we'll see. But we're gonna put our malts in. It's really cute, fun, fresh. Oat Flakes, Vienna, and 2 Row. I am worried that it's not gonna be, it's gonna be more like a bready flavor rather than like a biscuity type of thing that I was wanting. You know. Anyway, come over. So the temperature of this water is about 155 right now. I'm just gonna put it all in. Brewery Lane actually grinds up all the malts and stuff like that. So that's really good. I'm not trashing Brewery Lane. Please don't come for me, Brewery Lane. We love you. But yeah, I do 10-minute intervals, and we decided to go on a 15-minute mash. Crystal wants to do 45, but I think it would be a really great idea to do 50 just because I have a system where I check every 10 minutes. In 45 minutes, I can't check every 10 minutes because the last 5 minutes will be like, what the heck? Because I like to monitor temperature and it's a little bit more fine-tuned. Chris thinks I'm crazy. This is our sparge water. We're gonna do about 17¼ cups. Yes, a quarter. Some crazy. And we're about to check the temperature on this guy. So I'm finding that it's really hot in the bottom, and then through the middle, it gets a little, yeah, it was about 150 there, but it slowly goes down when I raise it up. So we'll stir it and see what we got. What's up, dude?
Not much. One of...
Not much. you. Sorry.
So one of the best things about our brewing adventures together is we often get to, well, not often, we always drink while we brew. So today we'll be drinking, I sound like the people on the social now.
You do?
An offering from the Dildo Brewing Company. We have several of their beers to try throughout the day. We're currently going to drink the saltwater sour goza, which sounds like rosa in Spanish, except I can't, whoops, roll my tongue, or my R's. And so we have these lovely little, well, they're not really taster glasses, I guess, but we consider them taster glasses when we split beers together.
The funky ones.
Yeah, they're from Landwash. We're big fans of Landwash. We always usually hit up Dildo Brewery because it's pretty close to where I'm from, out in Markland, which is Newfoundland's first inland farming community.
Tell us more.
About the brewery or the community? Yeah, so we like to go there. We enjoy their beers, but the food there is often fun. Everyone raves about their beer battered onion rings.
They're so good.
Everyone, as in Aaron and my family and my niece, who is also part of my family. And their nachos are really something as well. The other day I had some, I think they're called drunken nachos. I'm not really sure. We'll have to look at the menu. Or just believe me. They have a beer batter barbecue sauce on the chicken, and it's really tasty. So cheers. So yeah.
She's tasty. She's a light sour. Not too much salt in this one. Check the temperature on this guy. You gotta get it to about 175. Slowly getting it there. I usually get it up to about 180 so I can put it into another bowl.
So we're also the beer that we're brewing, as Aaron showed you earlier, is we got the recipe from Reddit, and it's called Short Vacation Belgian Table Beer. We're not sticking with that name. One of my favorite things to do since we've been brewing is making the beer can or bottle as interesting and fun as the beer itself is something that I think just makes for an overall better drinking experience. I always like when there's nice little things written on the on bottles and cans, like as something as simple as, you know, pour, enjoy with friends. I think Muskoka does a really good job of explaining or having a nice little fun explanation of the beer and giving a little story to them. So that's kind of where I wanted to go with our brews. So this one we're calling Table for Two, since it's a table beer, a Belgian style table beer. And another thing that we do with our beers is have a playlist for each beer. So I want to take that experience of having a nice little story on the cans up another level. So each beer that we brew has a different playlist. You can check those out on Spotify. And and this one is we're brewing this table beer for Valentine's Day. So the idea behind it is that you know, you go out with your significant other, you have a few drinks, beers in our case, and sometimes you get a little too tipsy and you don't get to have that Valentine's Day fun. So
explicit.
Okay. The playlist is going to consist of all dirty bump and grind type songs that you would want to share with your loved one.
Clean it up, sir.
Go.
Go. Okay. So now we're gonna begin the sparging process. So I like to do it two ways. I like to pour the sparge water over the grains, but also recirculate the wort that's created, just to get as many sugars and stuff out there as possible. I know it's a table beer, so we don't want it to be too crazy. But our setup usually looks like this. What?
Question. What is a table beer?
A table beer isn't actually a style. It's like a historic beer. Because back in the late 1800s, they used to create different like levels of beer. There was strong, table, and small or something. And they
or something.
or something. And it was actually created for like having with dinner and having. They basically used to just drink it all the time because you boil the water and the water is purified and all that. So it's basically a beer to have with everything. It's no longer a style when it comes to the beer classification. It's more of like just an artisanal way of saying it. So we're being bougie.
So what makes a table beer a table beer?
Low alcohol.
There we go. That's the $1 million question.
You can make IPAs, you can make Belgian styles, you can make Saisons, you can really do it all. Also right now what we're doing is we're heating our wort to release the final sugars, and then we're going to pour it into the strainer and then pour over the stuff. I'm also blanching the orange peels at the same time, which I probably shouldn't be doing.
What about Rose and Dorothy?
Blanche.
Oh, I thought you might be too young to get that reference.
Okay, turn off. Help me.
So this thing on YouTube that they do, this OOTD, which took me a long time to realize was outfit of the day. I'm kind of making fun, so we're gonna do an outfit of the brew. OOTB, get it? Mr. Aaron, tell us who you're wearing.
So I got my favorite shirt on. Its beer is nice. It's a Lamb Rush shirt. They did a collaboration with I don't know who, but it's really cool. I like it because it has like a bunch of like there's the bird, there's a hand with the glass, a whale tail, an actual like wave and whale there, birds. It's really cool.
If you couldn't tell, Aaron likes the ocean and sea creatures.
And like pants, Pokemon socks, and Port Rexon hat. This one's Chasing Sun?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your turn.
I'm wearing, it's New Year's Day, so any big U2 fans would maybe get that I'm wearing the War album cover, because New Year's Day appears on that album. And I'm wearing socks that my Grammy knit me. You know, they're nice because our house is drafty. And I'm wearing a Kitty Bitty trucker hat. And I love Kitty Bitty, and I love trucker hats because I came of age in the early 2000s when they were so in. And I still think they're in, whether they are or they're not. But I like this hat.
This was lame.
Next up, from our serving of Dildo Brewing Company beers, we're gonna try the Where the Hellies is Dildo. And earlier when I was talking about names for beers, this one gets a thumbs up from me. This is a German Helles Bock. They did brew this back in May when we were out there, and they just called it a Helles Lager. But some research just showed that a Helles Bock is a strong German lager, so I guess they just went with the more appropriate name. It's super tasty. My dad liked it, which was surprising because it's a 6.5% alcohol or ABV beer, and but yeah, he really quite enjoyed it. And it's
What are the tasting notes?
malty for sure.
What kind of malt?
Oh,
Is it like a biscuit? Is it a cracker? Any caramel notes?
oh,
there?
you're the what do you call it? Cicerone.
I'm not. I'm a certified beer server.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Let's not forget that. But yeah, it's tasty, and I'm going to have some sweets with it.
Yeah.
Boop. And now for the main event. Not really sure if it's the main event or not, but Aaron, what are we
We're
doing?
putting the orange and Galaxy hops in. So this is gonna add like citrusy. This is more of like, like I said, like it has like peach notes and grapefruit notes as well. So it's a little bit of a drier citrusiness. Well, peaches are technically juicy, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, peaches are juicy.
Okay. Yeah. Now we wait 5 minutes and then we put in the Mosaic, and then we're done. We got a cold crash and then put it into the fermenter, which is sanitizing of it.
What are you doing?
We are cold crashing, so we filled our sink with ice water, and I sanitized the spoon, and I'm taking in the orange peel, and this is some trub, they call it. It's a residue from the hops and stuff, and the malts and whatever. So right now, the liquid is being cooled. We need to get it down as quick as possible to reduce like oxidization and the other gross things happening.
How's it smell so far?
It smells good. It smells like a lot of our other beers.
Oh.
Yeah. Which I wanted something a little bit different.
Right.
You know.
Meant to mention this earlier. We currently have our grains that we use to make the beer in our dehydrator / air fryer / futuristic ninja. And we use the grains in an effort to be sustainable. We use the grains, we make some bread, and we make pizza dough. Have we made anything else with it?
We made biscuits one time, remember?
Oh yeah, the breadsticks.
And bread.
Yeah, I said bread.
Oh.
But yeah, we're going over to a friend's house this weekend, and I think we're gonna bring some pizza dough, and we'll definitely make some bread. Although this is the bread master over here, so maybe he should be making the bread.
We got an apple siphon.
Thank you, Santa. Although, not really.
I
But...
bought it. We were using like we shouldn't have been using what we were using because I had to like, you know, when you like steal gas. Anyway, let's not say that on camera. But we have an auto siphon now, so it's a lot easier to like extract the beer. This guy's gonna be super cloudy. I think it's mainly because of the oats that we used. So I'm gonna try to keep it away from the trub that we got, but I feel like it's gonna turn out okay. It's a little darker than I expected, but still looks quite good. She's super cloudy, as you can see. I think that was a lot of my doing, getting a lot of trub, but it'll settle, which is always a good thing. And we haven't been leaving enough room for it really to like the yeast to feed and for all the bubbles to go up through. So we've often had like a locked cap up here. So I feel like this is a good amount. It's just that we should do a little bit more sparging. I think in the future for 75-minute boils. And then we'll have enough that we don't have to actually put so much trub and stuff in here, which makes it a little
hindsight is 20/20, right?
Happy New Year.